And it's Friday, and I'm gonna have some fun tonight. Between the Titan 8 series battery video just taking off like a rocket, and just everything that's been going on the past few days, I am ready to do this show. And it's Friday. Uh-oh. And I'm gonna have some fun tonight. Got a little bit of audio issues. No problem, we can fix that. Appreciate you guys. Let's kick off the intro.
So we kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
Everything is fine. Everything is totally fine. I'm not having any issues over here at all. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Man, it's Friday again? It's crazy. Love you guys. See you in a few.
Livin Loud Swag.
And here we go. We are live and direct. Always switching it up. I appreciate you guys tuning in, being here with me on this Friday evening. Man, you know, the Titan series is awesome, and I did a little bit of digging too ahead of time. I'm always learning something, and I want to show you guys some stuff, comparing just, you know, different types of LTO batteries, and, you know, pros and cons. And if you guys had any questions over that Titan video that I did, man, I'd be happy to answer them as best as I can. And we're going to talk about Tuesday too, man. Tuesday, the Christmas Unmasked show, the $1,500 giveaway Vega's doing. And by the way, I'm going to drop it down in the link. You guys got until I believe the 19th to enter this giveaway. I'm dropping it down below. It's kicker.com/giveaway. Make sure you go check it out. Appreciate you guys tuning in, being here, and man, you guys are awesome. Let's get this show on the road. Yes, we got a live chat. We got a top month gifters. And, yeah, we're switching it up. And we're actually out of room between the Patreons and members on the bottom ticker. So I might have to do my own bottom ticker just for all the Patreons and members. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. You guys are the green team. Frank Garcia, what is up? Thank you for being here tonight with us. You just gotta look at it, Will. Well, would you look at that? Would you just look at that? It's Livin Loud with Andy late Friday night. Look at it. You see that right there? Right there. Just look at it. Livin Loud with Andy from the Kicker Cave for the win, and we are here in the Kicker Cave. OG, LLC. Thank you for being here, William. Mike, what is up? Man, I love it. Just the whole theme, man. I'm really trying to upgrade these shows as much as I do and can. And, you know, it's just, yeah, I'm a streamer. I'm taking it. I appreciate you guys. You guys really make this show awesome. Big time. I'm a little hungry, not gonna lie to you guys. I woke up at like 7 a.m., had to take Oakley to the doctors to get some dental work done, and came back home around 2, took a nap for like 2 hours. You guys know I'm up till 4 a.m., man. That was rough. There is audio, and the reason why we had a little bit of a audio delay is because we are actually live on Instagram, not like anybody's watching. Laura Hunter joined, appreciate you. Yeah, so we're trying different things. StreamYard just released that today. I was like, would you look at that? We'll give it a go. Appreciate you guys. Todd Wolf with a $5 super chat. He's starting it off.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate you, man. This guy picked up a Titan 8, and, you know, after that video between Down for Sound, and yes, I'm a Showtime affiliate now, so I got links on both of them to get the Titan 8 series. I sold 2 through the affiliate links, and Todd just picked one up. That's 3. They are awesome batteries, and I'm glad you guys are picking them up, and there's just so much about this LTO just chemistry that I like, and, you know, hey, no turning back now. Thank you, Todd. Can't wait to see your final build with the Warhorse and the L7X and an SDK Enclosure. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And for the OG followers, we're not streaming on Kicker Club right now. For some reason, that Facebook little widget doesn't work. I might just take that down because I know you guys are on Facebook. But we're not streaming through Kicker Club right now on Fridays. I did that in the summertime, just on Tuesdays, and I'm going to probably just keep it like that. That thing's a little slow, but thank you for making it rain, and I just knocked the SDK hat over. No problem. We're good. We're good here, right? There we go. Thank you, Todd, again. Let me pull up the Streamlabs here. I love this stuff, man. This is the top of the line stuff. Let's go to view counter, and we're going to turn off them Facebook views. Not like we got any anyway. Not like we got any anyway. Appreciate you guys. All right, cool. Let's go back to here so I can see the chat. And we got a little chat on the bottom corner here if you didn't notice that. It's pretty cool. SDK is in the Discord. Andy, watch party. The Discord be popping, man. It really is. We even had Hi-Fi Vega on there, which was awesome. And we played a little bit of Quiplash. It's like Cards of Humanity, but you put your own twist on it. It's awesome. But yeah, Tuesday, if you guys didn't know, I'm going to pull this up really fast. If you guys didn't know, on Tuesday, they are going to be talking with Remy, Rob, Hi-Fi Vega, and what is it? Mechman Alternators, Tony. So it's going to be an awesome show this Tuesday, but I don't know if everybody has seen the trailer. So I'm going to play the trailer, and you guys are going to really like what Aaron says in the end.
Power to a really big system on the next Unmasked, and we're going to give away a $1,500 audio system. Tune in. The This is Aaron Malin with the Kicker Tech Force. So the next Unmasked, we're going to bring in 3 experts to talk about big power with big audio systems. Remy with excess power is going to be in the feed. Tony with MechMan alternators will be in the feed. And live in the studio, Mr. Robert Hi-Fi Vega here in Stillwater. So tune in Tuesday at 7:30, Facebook, YouTube. Oh, and by the way, Merry Christmas. The Solo X15 is shipping.
Say what? Say what? The L7X15 is shipping. That's a long intro. I love that intro or outro though. The L7X is shipping to the dealers. I don't know if it's going to be coming online right away, but either way, it is on its way quicker than I anticipated, which is awesome news for you guys. Thank you guys for all becoming members. You guys are awesome. Look at that. Would you look at that? You just got to look at it. I think that's because Brian Townsend, where's it at? Oh, I'm all the way down here. What the heck? What's going on here? Yes, something happened. I went way behind. StreamYard does that sometimes. The comments get moved because, see, I'm all the way down here with Todd. I'm like, wait, he really just loves that Titan 8. And then this is the guy that's definitely not Todd. He just loves tater tots. Thank you, Todd, not Todd. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. I need to go to Sonic. I need to go to Sonic and get some salty tater tots. And I know a lot of you guys already know this. The ones always watching the shows. But the first Sonic ever built was literally 2 miles down the road from Kicker headquarters. Isn't that insane? And I love Sonic, man. I really do. Thank you so much. Definitely not Todd. And why we got all those members is because Brian Townsend gifted the members. Would you just look at that?
Well, would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it.
And that's pretty cool too. I know it was going to show, it did show the members. I was going to pull that up. Sometimes it shows the exact names of the members that are gifted, which is crazy that it does that. But either way, Brian, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. And man, BT for the win. Airliner Commander, yes, my 2 months, so he is officially a part of the green team. And man, I think I got everybody's name updated as much as I can on everything. Shoot, man, I know I literally have to make another ticker just because you only get 1,000 characters. We'll get it going, man. We got a little bit more room on the screen. I appreciate you, Airline, and thank you for becoming and staying a member. You guys are awesome. Matt Ritchie, I seen your comments, man. The past 3 days have been stupid insane. Talking to Kicker, working bad stores, taking Oakley to the hospital, trying to mess with car audio a little bit like I can in my room here, and then also all this other fancy stuff on the side. But that's the easy part, man. I've been doing a little bit of testing, and I bought something else to do some more battery testing. So if you guys like the battery testing videos, I'm gonna have more content. I am gonna put it that way. Thank you, Matt Ritchie. Between you and Cam, I know Cam needs a system, and I've just been bombarded. Tomorrow is probably my first day that I have nothing really to do. No kicking it with Andy on Tuesday, so I'll actually have a little bit of time. Wrong camera. Come on, Ernie. Look at you. You just got to look at it. Thank you, though, man. I appreciate you, and I try to respond as much as I can to everybody. It has just been pretty insane recently. 50 people on the stream, at least on my end here, 41 on YouTube. You guys are awesome. And Shaq, the Trucker Man, member for 1 month. Congratulations. You are officially part of the green team. If you are on here for at least a month, you get your name on the bottom of the screen or in the ticker. That means you're officially part of the green team. Appreciate you guys. I know a lot of you that are watching right now probably already seen the Titan 8 video, but I feel like it definitely hit the crowd that I wanted, where people were asking, hey, how do I do this with my electrical? What kind of alternator? What does it work with? And I love those kind of questions, and I want to reach out more like that, more content with the power testing. We'll be there, man. It is awesome to do. Let's see. All hail the chat father, LLwA. Where is LLwA at? Where's he at? Oakley is okay. Uncle Bobby B, baby.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
He's doing all right. Honestly, he just had to get a little bit of teeth work done. But, you know, you have to go to the children's hospital and all that fun stuff. Never fun. Sean, we want to see you put a 5K Boss amp on a kicker sub until it lights on fire. You know, a 5K Boss amp, I know the Riot 4Ks are actually like a 1 or 2K, give or take. I mean, you could probably do it. We have seen at those kicker comps, even the comp can take tons of power. I don't know, man. Even a 1000 kicker amp was having a little bit of an issue until I started clipping it. Sometimes that's what it needs. Dean B for the win. Where's he at? A deer. No, wait, where's he at? There he is. There's the man gifting 10 memberships, and it's Friday. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate you, man. 10 more memberships going out to you guys. And I am so impressed with how this works and gets more people to tune into the lives because that's what I do. And honestly, the memberships, they go the distance, man. So do the super chats, but the memberships are a double-edged sword, and it's awesome, man. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. Big time. And all the Patreons already know they got something coming from Kayla. They got something coming from Kayla. Larry Keller, what is up? Can't go wrong with that. Kicker announced it. The reserve model. Trunk Thunder Lithium. Thank you for tuning in, man. This guy makes his own batteries as well. You know, I love trying all different kinds of batteries. I got the Plananos sitting over there. Been down the road, up and down with JY for the longest time. They're the first lithium company that I went with and felt comfortable with. But I would always like to try Headway. Never did that. But it seems pretty ideal. Lithium iron phosphate. And I believe a lot of your batteries are that. The reserve model, which I understand, is application. When compared to the main model, it had me expecting more. The reserve is definitely, and that's why I have a few screenshots here, it is definitely more energy dense. It just has less discharge capabilities, so maybe you might need more of them to be able to discharge that amount of current. But I feel like even with the power series, yeah, you can discharge that, but for how long? You know, and it just depends what you're trying to do and how much space you have. And there's just a lot of factors that go into it. Plus, you know, your alternator in power, you know, input current. And, you know, I want to talk about all this stuff. It's going to be fun. I appreciate that you're here, man. Big time. Awesome. That's what I'm guessing between the power and the reserve that you're talking about. Love the vids, though. Do more battery test vids. Absolutely, man. You know, I want to, and I feel like, you know, there's a few guys out there that already do it. But, like, if you look at, like, you know, Planano or Yinlong power test, it's just, or even the Titan 8, like, there's a few on Sundown and a few from XS, but there's just not that much out there. And I'm like, you know what? I like batteries. Let's do it. It can be my little side, you know, my little side piece thing of content. Man, appreciate you. And that means so much. Thank you. The Caboose! Thank you, Cornut. Gifted 1 membership. Hey, every member matters. Thank you, man. And this one's for Cornut.
Because we don't want you to blow it up. So turn the gain down, Andy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And yes, 1 more member in the bag. And look at this guy. Would you look at that? And another one.
Because we don't want you to blow it up. So turn the gain down, Andy.
Thank you. Definitely not Todd for another. Wait, no, that's just member for a month. But either way, another $1. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. You just got to look at it. All right, let me not get too far ahead of myself here. There are things that I want to talk about with the show and just the batteries and a few things that I've learned along the line. I keep walking through here all the time and I knock this hat over and it drives me nuts. Yes, J5, you're looking good, man. All right, cool. Dubby, what is up? Thank you for tuning in and being here, man. You guys are awesome. We got a lot of people tuned in tonight. Hit the like, guys. I don't know how many likes we got. We got 28 on YouTube, 37 tuned in. Awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. Thank you, William. Trunk Thunder Lithium. I love the fact you're honest and learning along with your viewers in many aspects. Greatly respect that. Your tests are definitely different, and there's no new content or no content to expose, just like that junk amp brands that sells on the market completely bogus rating. You know, and that's the thing, man. I am no professional whatsoever, but I am trying to put in the time and effort to learn. And it's amazing. I'm going to be looking back at this 5-10 years from now. I'm like, wow, you know, I got to learn with these guys and do these shows. Privileged to do so. Thank you. It means a lot. And, you know, I feel like, you know, some companies, they're going to put ratings on amplifiers, batteries, woofers, whatever. Is it a selling tactic, or is it just that's their type of market and people are looking for those big numbers and that's all they care about? And does it work for the amount of money you're paying for? And if you run it within, you know, what it's supposed to be ran at, will it work? Sure, probably. But again, there's always limitations on that. You know, and I even brought it up into the power series, you know, what's the 5,000 and the 2,500 watt ratings. And, you know, I really do see, and I have this over here I want to talk about, is the discharge and recharge stuff, you know, and honestly, it's amplifier ratings. And I even see, you know, a lot of battery companies, they have to list it with alternator or none, because there is a difference. There really is. Thank you, man. Appreciate ya. JT1970, electrical is the heartbeat to your system. Takes power to make power. Did you get that from me? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And it literally is the heartbeat of your system. And it is pumping the electrodes and the electrons through the batteries and through your amplifiers and making the sound. Absolutely. And it does take power to make power. Otherwise, you are just running on a clock of how long you can play for until you are out of capacity. And speaking of that, Bubba, boom goes Bubba.
I don't care what you say about kickers. This guy is a difference maker.
Thank you, Bubba. 20 new members. You guys are awesome. This guy making it rain. And man, you guys killing it. Killing it, killing it, killing it. I really do hope that's updating. That's supposed to be the top monthly 30-day givers every show. So we'll see how it works. Streamlabs is new. I'm learning this stuff. I wanted to do it like that just so that, you know, the guys that are always donating, they get something on top of everything else you guys do. Appreciate you, Bubba. Thank you so much for being here and being there for me like you always do. Thank you for being here, dude. Now he's on Facebook. He's dipping and dodging. YouTube to Facebook. YouTube to Facebook. Jay Shipes, thank you for tuning in, man. I see Scott Dilbeck is in here. What is up, Scott? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Courtesy of SDK Enclosures, y'all buy a cap from CJ, y'all. A hat or a cap or a capacitor or a hat, because the SDK hats are pretty cool too. Let's see here. Joseph Hodges. Hello from Sullivan, Indiana. Any pricing info on the L7X15? As I know, I know there are prices, there were prices, and ever since like the beginning of everything being released, you know, a little early, there were some prices, and those prices have stayed the same. Of the, what is it, the 12 being $699, $700, the 10 being $649, and the 15 being $749, just $50 apart from each other. I believe that's the price. And I don't think it's going to change because the other two sizes did not change since then, but everything is, you know, and that's the thing, man. Go check out a Kicker dealer. You can go to kicker.com, but I would go check out a Kicker dealer because you're probably going to get it cheaper there if you can. And appreciate you for tuning in and happy to answer these questions. Roger that. Roger got him. Roger, I love it. Let's see. Joseph Keenan finally went Hulk mode all green now. Man, I tell you, for a lithium battery, the LEV 60 F74 amp hour is a legit bank for car audio. I've been running it for a few months. All good. Check it out, Andy. You know, I've been seeing that from Jehu, from Bass Dad, and a few others of that battery. And again, it's lithium iron phosphate, you know, and I'm not going to say it's a bad battery. It's a good battery. I think the C rate is around 3. It's like 180 amps continuous discharge. And I want to talk about these ones of how much discharge they have. And of course, it's got a higher, you know, max, and it's a big capacity battery, and it's cheap. 150 for like bones and just not even any muscle. You just got to put a little thing together and you're good to go. But that's the thing you want to look at is C rate, and more of a continuous rate for like your average daily driver. And not even just C rate of discharge, but also C rate of charge, because you can actually hook up a small lithium battery, and if that's the only thing you have, and you have a big high output alternator, you could actually do a little bit of damage by charging too fast to that battery over time. And I feel like that's where things can go bad, just like the battery at Slamology. I think there was a little bit too much input power on that front lithium, and mixing chemistries, LTO and lithium iron phosphate. It's just, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. And I'm not the person to say put lithium under your hood or not. And everyone has their opinion on it. There are some batteries that are better than the other ones. And you know what? Any battery is really not that great under the hood. It gets pretty hot under there. And there's going to be more testing with that soon with my Flim de Fleur temp sensor camera. It's going to be awesome. AKA Jake wanted to know. Appreciate ya, Joseph Keenan. All right, let's get to what I wanted to talk about, if I can. Basshead 30, thank you for being here, man. Definitely worth every penny for that L7X15, man. I was tempted to get a 10 or 2, you know, pick up the big phone. But I'm definitely way more tempted to get a 15, just for maybe, hey, you know, if I get some war horses, that would be kind of cool. Like, I don't know if the 18 would be done by Slamology. And even if it was, you know, that's definitely the end goal for Cookie Monster. But even a 15 in my box probably would work not too badly. So I don't know. I don't know. Just a little rebaffle and a little bit of shag will go the distance. The L7X15 is going to be awesome. Stuart, thank you for being here. I know Bass Dad's live right now. I appreciate that you're here. It really is Trunk Thunder. C rating is everything. And, you know, even I was watching a few Down for Sound tests on their 6.0 LTO. And Travis Young, good friend of mine, was doing some testing with Jonathan Price. And when they were putting the DC just battery load tester onto it, you know, it's cool to see how much current they can do, and, you know, the amount of power, the voltage they drop to, how many cells you have in series, the pros and the cons. And it's just, batteries are fun because, yes, you know, your alternator is the heart, but your batteries are kind of like, I don't even know, like your liver, you know, like they're the filter. They're just doing all the work, you know, on the back end, making sure everything comes out nice and clean. Yeah, that was pretty good. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, see, doing underhood testing myself, the biggest factor I noticed so far, engine bay layout, you know, and that's the thing. Every car is going to be different of how hot it gets underneath there. My Eclipse runs way, way, way hot. Like when I'm at Slamology, I have to pop the hood. I'm surprised my paint has not, you know, peeled back from being so hot over the time. Sweet, Stuart. I got my Kicker headphones yesterday and wore my t-shirt today. That is awesome. The unmasked Kicker giveaway winner here. Appreciate you, Stuart. And, you know, you're going to love them. You're going to love them. I definitely won 225. I definitely won to. Don't fry your batteries. Well, I mean, if you fry your batteries, will the fries be done? That's the question. Andy getting 18. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. It will dwarf my old 18. It really will. And be able to take power like no tomorrow. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Yeah, they really are. They really are. At least my newer, like it's a newer 4 gen. It's not too bad. It's not too bad compared to the 3s. Andrew Showers, thank you for being here, man. Plans for Slamology? Absolutely. Live and direct there. At the kicker tent, beside the kicker tent, on top of the kicker tent, somewhere. I will be there, and I'm excited, as always. As always. Thank you for tuning in, dude. Thank you for tuning in. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Basshead. All right, cool. So, a few things I wanted to show was with the Titan battery here, and the 10 amp and the 20 amp hour, and just a few ratings here. Now, these are not the exact cells, but it's the same size prismatic LTO, and these ratings are, you could take them how you want. And I put that on top there just to give you an idea of like the 10 amp hour power and the reserve. Now, this is just with state of charge at 50% with a 10-second draw on it. I did a short, you guys will see it soon, on an AGM battery of a 10-second draw, and I'm dropping, I was seeing like 11.5 on 100 amps. Now, 100 amps at 11 volts is 1100 watts. This is more. When you're looking 1800 watts, and we'll say it's like 12.4, give or take, I don't know, the voltage, and then you can figure out the current by math. And I would say it's a little bit more than the AGM for sure. This would definitely do the work of 2 to 3 AGMs in your car, big time. And very, very small. Either way, one thing I want to show about this, not even so much about the power, the difference, the voltage, the capacity, energy density, and energy density volume with mass. You know, they're not the same thing. They're really not. And if you look at the 20 amp hour cell, you're getting a lot more energy density and volume, you know, and the mass. It's just for the same footprint and the weight, you're getting twice the amount of energy. And energy is your power that's going to be delivered to your amplifier. And that's why, you know, the power series are great for their high discharge. I look at it as the capacitor. You know, you put that in front, have the amplifier pull off of that, and then a reserve in the back. And it's Jerome Bettis and Deuce Staley in 2005. You know, that 1-2 punch. And, you know, they're not really good at just one thing, or they're good at one thing. You put them together, they're really perfect. But that's really pushing them to the other, to like, you know, major limit. And I did do the 2.9 as well. And this is just, I believe this is just one cell. But whenever you have them in series, discharge C rate doesn't change, from my understanding. It's whenever you double them up in parallel, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 banks, that's what they call them, then you double your C rating of what it can do. And I'm sure it's just like port area, it's not really double, who knows exactly, and there's lots of variables with connections and stuff. But you can see how much smaller the down for sound is, but it's a lot cheaper, and you can see the capacity's lower, but for how much capacity it has quite a lot of discharge capabilities, and it still has a lot of energy density as much as the 10 amp hour, which is impressive to say the least. You know, I just wanted to show you guys a few things with just, you know, kind of everything going on. I know the chat's really small down there, but I don't trust Jake. You know, if you really want to look at it, you'd be like that, you know, the Chinese guy looking at, can't see it. Yep, looks good. You're on there. Appreciate you guys. Maulin Performance, what is up? Appreciate you for being here. Can't wait to see you again, dude. That was awesome. Just, you know, seeing the big guys. Big guys in car audio, man. Appreciate that you're here. You're on my stream. Slamology is always a blast. Big time. Literally the Super Bowl. See, I don't trust this guy. Baba has arrived, ladies and gents. Is that CJ?
Ding, 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 ding. Fries are done.
I think CJ takes over Jake's account because, you know, CJ's the hard worker here. Or maybe yeah, because Jake's probably just busy building boxes. Thank you, CJ. Appreciate you guys. Garrick, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. I seen your comment. That was very nice on Facebook. I've just been very today's been crazy. I didn't want to cancel. I was very tired. I slept like 2 hours, drove to 40 minutes away to Pittsburgh, downtown, and came back, and I'm like, I need a nap. Slept for like an hour and a half, off and on. I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Baba says, hey, you're welcome. Ding, 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 da, ding, da, ding, ding, ding. SDK big logo. We need a remix. We need a remix. Matt G with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Andy? Much love, dude. Appreciate that you're here. Hope everything has been well for you in the past. And just glad you're here with us tonight. And thank you for donating and supporting to the channel. Appreciate you, man. Sean Lynn. I see so many people throw random batteries in their car on the basehead page running stock alternators. Don't you think a super cap would be better? Good question. I like this one. Hold on a second. You want everything. You want to kind of plan out your system for how much power you're going to be pulling from it so that you can replace it. And everything else that's in line is a conjunction that works following that. The alternator is the heart, but you have to have something that is the buffer in between for the quicker discharges and to put, I guess, less strain on your alternator for spikes per se. But to be honest with you, you know, I have a stock alternator in the Pilot, and it's not the greatest situation. I have a limited amount of time. Even when I ran the capacitor and the JY40, I was limited. And even with a high output alternator on that, I would still be limited. I'm pulling more current than about 2 high output alternators. That's the only way that I would be able to play forever and not have to worry about adding, you know, a ton of batteries. And what a lot of people do is because they can't put 7 alternators under their hood, they load up on the batteries. So they are on a time schedule, but that time is a very long time. Compared to how much they can discharge and how much capacity they have, the tank's pretty big. You don't really worry about filling up if you got a 100-gallon gas tank. That's kind of the concept behind it. Capacitors, they're meant for that quick instantaneous discharge. And you know, the UC31s are a little bit different, I think. I don't know, man. They seem like they hold a certain power, and then once they're done, they're done. But any capacitor cannot be just ran by itself. It's got very low capacity, from my understanding. It's not even an amp hour. It's like 0.0000001 amp hour, you know, but it's got like the C rating of like the moon, you know. It's like really incomparable between the two. Jake, I'm going to abstain from the comment on the excess battery. Would you look at that?
Ding, 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 ding. Fries are done.
Jake, you know, I mean, he just won 6 series, and I am going to do a test for you, Mr. SDK, with the Plananos. Since I can take those apart nice and easy, I'm going to do a test. Per se, let's, you know, your average charging system at 14 volts. Well, we can even do 14.4 if you like. But what I'm going to do is do the same amp draw between a 5 series at 14.4, just battery power, versus a 6 series. And see kind of the voltage drop in the comparisons, and maybe a capacity tester from SPL Lab would be pretty cool, huh? I'm working on it, and I'm definitely listening to you guys. Appreciate you, man. Excess power is good for the money. You know, that's the thing. It's not going to be as cheap as your DIY, but it looks nice. It's got cool bussing, and it's easy. It's easy, and, you know, anything in life, if you can just look at a brand and say, would you look at that? And you already know what it is. You know it's reliable. There's value in that big time, man. That's just, it's really unseen. All right, cool. Ultra caps only go so far, just like you want high C rating and decent amount of reserve. Ultra caps come in the same way but play a different role. Farads are your amp hour, right? And it's just pretty much really hard to compare the two. Bubba with the $5 super chat. Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it.
Thank you, Baba. Hey, Andy, play the Go Andy clip Dubby made. We need more peeps to go hit the like. I don't know if I can play that. I can try. Because that's in Discord, and the ratio gets weird. I would have to save that. Give me a second here. We were talking a lot. Let me see if I can find it. Scrolling. There it is. Can I save it? Nope, can't even save it. Can't even save it. Let's see how it looks on this big screen here. Good enough. That'll work. Thank you, Bubba, and thank you, Dubby, for making that, man. You guys are literally OG. Thank you, guys. I love you. I really do. And Dubby does the coolest amount of artwork that I've ever seen. He's a hard worker. I like my idea of having 2 limitless lithium batteries, a 30 amp hour under my hood, and 45 amp hour in the back. And you know, I feel, at least in my experience with batteries and stuff along those lines, that the closer the batteries are to whatever you're drawing the power from, you're going to just get more out of them. You know, of the discharge. Now, is the recharge going to be the same? You know, physics, everything equals out. So maybe not. But still, to have enough close to your car too, to your engine, for your alt, your starter, you know, that kind of stuff for your basics. It's just a little bit safer maybe than having everything pulling strictly from the back, but everybody does it. I'm just trying to pull hairs, honestly. But the limitless lithium batteries, man, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh yeah, I missed Jake's here. I clicked it and I thought it was Bubba's, and I'm like, wait a minute. Would you
look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it.
Thank you, man. Help recharge the eels. Toss all your used lithium iron phosphate, AGM lead acid, lithium ion, and LiPo batteries in the ocean. Also 6S over 5 LTO. Sorry, not sorry. You know, the eels do need charged, and so do the, well, they're not the San Diego Chargers, but, you know, the thing. Yeah, they don't have a coach, so they need charged up, and lost 63 to, like, pretty much nothing. But, right, you know, I feel like with lithium iron phosphate, it works because of the voltage range with AGM and stuff along those lines, but is it, you know, more, higher chance of thermal runaway and stuff along those lines, as safe as LTO? I don't think so. From what I've seen, you know, with puncture, and I'm sure they're safe, but not as safe as LTO, just because, you know, the sodium that's in there, and just, you stab it, just salt comes out, and like water kind of stuff. And then, you know, AGMs are, you know, they work. Absorb glass mat, I mean, it's still a wet cell, like a lead acid, but it's just, you know, the glass mat it's inside, it's just a little bit different, and it has more discharge than a lead acid, just for its size, like energy density with the volume. And I don't know about the mass, but I'm sure it's close to the same with that. But still, they have a little bit harder time with colder temperatures compared to lead acid, but even then, you're kind of pulling hairs again. LiPo, not safe. You know, I feel like, you know, yes, pouches and whatnot, you know, it's just, well, that's not nickel magnesium like C-Max, but the LiPos, like what you put in like your drone, those are usually LiPos, and like when they go bad, you start to see them swell. I mean, any battery that's going bad or overcharged, it's going to swell. And there's stuff along those lines where you have to take precautions for that. But, you know, the LTO is just a little bit weird of a voltage. Otherwise, I think it would totally take over a lot faster than it might already do so in the near future. And even with solid-state batteries, they don't seem very ideal. Everyone used to talk about solid state batteries being the next best thing since sliced bread, but they don't have very a long cycle life. And, the LTOs are just bar none next to ultra caps and capacitors and super banks. But, those just have hundreds of thousands of cycles or millions, but they cycle a lot. But the LTO, you're getting, I would say, at least 10,000 cycles of how we do it, but they're rated 20 to 30,000, each cell or whatever. And lithium iron phosphate, like 3,000, 1,000, give or take. Lithium ion's not very good. It's like 5 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000. And then AGM around that ball field. And, It really does all depend what you're trying to do, but the LTO, I don't know, man. Is it the most energy dense thing on the planet? I don't think so. But does it work? Is it safe? Is it powerful? Yeah, it works. So do a lot of the batteries, man. They really do. Nice battery. You just got to look at it, Ryan. That's all you can do. Jay Shipes with a $20 super chat.
I don't care what you say about kickers. This guy is a difference maker.
Thank you, Jay. I've been running 2 LTO CES 80 amp hour banks since 2020 in a daily charging to 16.0 by 2 MechMen 400s. Seems like they charge up slower now, plus starting to drop 1 volt lower than their resting voltage. Am I getting near end of life? Well, very good question. The 2 LTO CES 80 amp hour banks, those are actually 2 banks of Yinlong 40s, whichever way you want to call them. And I do actually have those over here, and we're gonna be talking about those. This might be a little bit longer of a show here. I actually do have those over here, and we're going to talk about those. So he's actually got 4 banks of these guys in his car. He's got 4 of them in there, and 400 amps of, 800 amps of alternator input. That's a lot, man. It's pretty decent. I mean, do you get all 800 all the time? Probably not, unless you're revving to 12K, and full tilt boogie and really putting the work. And can the batteries accept that? And that's the thing too. Now, is it showing that you're at the end of the life? I mean, you've had it for 3 years. And, you can look at cycle life. Okay, you get 20, 30,000 cycles, blah, 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 blah. But how many times are you cycling over and over? With you having a high output alternator, I feel like you're cycling less because you're pulling less and less. If you had a stock alt or not enough input power, depending how much amplifier you have, you would be constantly doing cycles on it a lot faster, in my opinion. So there's that. And then that's when you would, exhaust the battery faster. What I would do is anytime that you see something irregular with your system, especially then, but at least, I don't know, every 6 months, just look at it. Go check out your connections, check out everything, just pick it up. You might have a little bit of corrosion, a loose connection. It could be a lot of different things where you're having a little bit of voltage drop, and it might be the easiest fix compared to saying, oh man, I think these batteries are going, I'm going to put them on Facebook and sell them. But thank you, Jay. I appreciate you, man. It sounds like you got a ton of power in there. And for those banks, I mean, shoot, I would say, yeah, you're pretty much matched up. 800 amps continuous and 800 amps of alternator. I think it's a perfect combination for what you got, man. Big time. Big time. And that's just being conservative with their C ratings and stuff along those lines. And that's what I want to get into here as well. Josh Snittner, thank you for being here again, man. If a person were to build an insulated box around the lithium bank, would it be okay? Kind of like when people do a whiz air intake. I've heard things where it doesn't matter how good it's insulated, it's going to come through the wire. And I feel like they may be right, but I feel also is every situation's different. Do you live in Arizona? Are you just not driving your car? Are you sitting at Slamology at 110 degrees and just giving demos and demos and demos, and a big guy's just sitting on your hood because he wants to tan? There's a lot of different factors at play every moment. So could you insulate it better to have less problems? I feel like the better you insulate it, yeah, absolutely. Could you throw in some cooling? Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that probably could be a thing down the road, because this lithium in general is just going to be the battery chemistry or chemistries of the future. Not just talking LTO here, just in general. So yeah, maybe they're going to have something, or maybe it would start out with like Sparked Innovations or, other people that make, something for under the hood to keep everything extra cool, or something that you would put on the battery. I don't know. I feel like you're really starting to pull hairs, but a lot of people might just eliminate the battery in the front and not even have to worry about that. Just like a lot of cars don't even have batteries in the front of their car. And then I've learned this: you need a dedicated run going front to back for your positive and front to back for your negative, so your alternator senses the battery load. I still get comments on that all the time with the old battery video. We're learning one step at a time. Thought I heard Bryson there for a second. All right, cool. Terry, yo. Thank you for being here. Mr. Face Kicker, Yinlongs, Ding Dong Yinlongs. I had somebody ask me, they're like, hey, you selling those Yinlongs? I'm like, no, they're not mine. They're not mine. EXO using Yinlongs, I think, yes. The excess power, Yinlong 40s. I don't know if they're 35, 40, or 45s, but either way, he's got like, I think 800 amp hours. So what, 20 banks? I don't know. Maybe more. Talking to J-Shipes, yes, because I'm always charging them so high. Most LTO cells, anything over 1540, and that's the thing too, man. They're discharge curves. Even with these 5 series, the meat and the potatoes are below 13 volts. And that's how AGMs are too, man. Like, I watched the Down for Sound video, and I'll probably send a link in the after party or something like that, because I got to find it. Just look up the 6.0 and you'll see Travis Young and Jonathan Price on there. And he was talking about, just the strength at 10 volts, thinking that the AGM's going to have more strength than the D4 Down for Sound 6.0 would around that voltage. And it actually held up pretty good. And that's why people say run higher series to get more strength at a higher voltage. And then there's always that, diminishing return factor that you're having right there, even above 15.5. And, it all depends really what you're really trying to do. I did, Bobby. You missed it. You can't leave. I ain't rolling it again. I rolled it. Uncle Bobby B, baby. All right, cool. Let's get to what I wanted to talk about here. So, there we go. Well, I can do that. I'm going to do that. There we go. Cool. So we got the 40 amp hour LTO battery sitting right here. And this is the same thing as, like the XS, whatever. And these are tried and proven good batteries. I don't have the Plananos on here, but those are just a little bit higher discharge, less capacity. You can kind of compare it to the power series of the Titan 8. And what I'm going to be comparing here is the Yinlong 40 versus the 20 amp hour prismatic cell. And this is what is in the Titan RSV 5 or 6 or 7. They got all different models, so it all depends what you're trying to do. But what I want to talk about here is the differences. So we're going to scroll down on the 40. We'll leave it right about, just so you can see everything. And then we're going to scroll down here on these specs as well. Can you see everything that you're going to want to see? Okay. So this is the Yinlong, and how you're going to tell is the amp hours. It's 40 amp hours, 2.3 volts. Now, the max charge current is 240 amps. Keep that in mind. And this is per cell. This is not, whatever. But per cell could be per bank as well. As long as you're going up in series, it's not going to make a difference with these C ratings. When you go parallel, it will. And that's when you add more banks. But regardless. So you got 240 amps of, max current, alternator. And, I feel like, could you run a 300? Probably, because you're not going to see all 300 all the time. These are ratings. Take them how you will. Discharge cutoff, not worrying about that too much. Standard discharge current. 120 amps. 120 amps for the standard continuous rating, which is really only about 3C. Because you do 40 divided by 120, it's 3C. That's how we get C ratings. Now, fast discharge current It says this current is maximum current recommended for the combination of cores and the specific values should be determined according to the combination structure. Saying, do this if you want. Fast discharge current, 240 amps. Fast, continuous. So that's about 6C. And C rating can mean one thing, but yet if you look at the capacity, you got capacity, it works. And then there's different factors of resistance of the battery, how fast it charges, yada yada. Cylindrical versus prismatic and connections and how that stuff works. And then you look at the bottom, max, continuous, 400 amps. And that's where they put the 10C. When you buy batteries, usually they list the max. Max continuous discharge current. And that's only for a single cell, like I was saying. Single cell or single bank, anytime you're going in series, not going to make a difference. So now let's look at this is the 20 amp hour reserve of the Titan or any, DIY prismatic 20 amp hour cell. You can even get these a battery hookup for like $16. You want to do it yourself, go ahead. Now, max charging current, 200 amps. The Yinlong was 240. So, can you put more? Can you put less? It's pretty much close to the same here. But if you look at the standard discharge current, it's 200 amps. So that's a little bit more than the 40, which is 120 of their standard. Standard is a standard here. So it's about double. But then you look at the fast discharge current, it's 300 amps, and the Yinlong is only 240. And, I feel like that's more important than even this max continuous, because you look at the max continuous, it's the same on the Reserve 20. I feel like these batteries do tap out. Any battery would tap out eventually. You're just going to pull more current than it can do. But for how small those cells are, and these are the Reserve series, higher energy dense, lower discharge ratings. You get the Power series, those numbers are going to be even higher than the Yinlongs, then some. So, and then say you put 5 or 6 of these together with whatever you're trying to do compared to the Yinlongs. For the size, your energy, density, volume, it's going to be a lot higher than the Yinlongs because, one, the prismatics are square, which we know you get more out of your surface area when you got something square putting it together than circles. We know that. Just because you can load more together, flat, even. Circles, you got space in between of wherever you're trying to go, and they're inherently bigger. So they're not as energy dense per the volume of their size. So I thought that was something pretty cool to go over, and that was just power rating and the inside of the XS. Cool. I mean, honestly, I feel like we covered... Oh, wrong camera. There we go. I feel like we covered, so much with just all this stuff. Big time. There's the inside of the XS. I don't know if that's the RSV or the power, but you can see it's just built tough, man. I love those input style terminals, and it just looks super clean when it's put in your car. You can't even tell it's a battery back there, and, not something else. Whenever I had the Yinlongs in there, or like the Plananos sitting on the floor, it's like, man, that looks like the BOMB word. I'm not going to say that because then you get demonetized here, so yeah. Max power, Justin. That's it, man. That's all we need to know is the max power. I don't care about the rest. Thank you for being here. SJC DIY has arrived. He is in the building. Hi-Fi needs money for his... Oh, come on, 25. I thought I could trust you. All right. Scrolling down. Johnny 5.
Hey!
He said hi. Where is Mike? I mean, he's probably drinking some Twisted Teas. Awesome, Bobby. I know I got to get all your guys' stuff out. By the way, if you are a Patreon, we got a gift for you. Please send me your email or your address through email. If you're a Patreon, go on Patreon. It's the last post I made. Click on the link. It'll put your name and your address just so it all goes to Kayla and me, and we'll get that stuff sent out so you guys have it for Christmas. Please. Just put a lot of work into that stuff, man. Nerd. Thanks, man. just a little bit. I am definitely a car audio nerd. You know, sometimes, but that's the way when you do stuff, you got to word it and kind of dumb it down. But I like to nerd out a little bit, you know, just a little bit and just look at it and see what you look at that. Just got to look at it. Look at this. I'll have to shop for one, but probably can get that in line soon. Thank you for tuning in, Face Kicker. Appreciate you, man. Jay Shipes, Andy Ghost riding the push mower. That's it. Yes, the Dubby video. That was great. All right, I got that. Josh Nittner, got that. I mean, I actually caught up. Good question, Sean. Have you ever seen how light the lithium motorcycle batteries are? Insane. You know, I actually do have... Wait, wrong camera. There we go. I do have lithium. What is it? The LiCo? I don't know. It's for motorcycles. It's like 250 amp discharge, 2 amp hour lithium battery for my Kawasaki. And the thing, I actually seen somebody post that in Facebook. Hey, can I use these for car audio? And I mean, you could for their discharge capabilities, but their recharge rate is so slow compared to, like, usually batteries are like half of what they can discharge, they can charge. And it depends, you know, is it a high capacity cell or in low discharge, or is it like a high discharge cell, low capacity? And there's tons of variables. But, you know, usually it's around half, give or take. But that one is like 10 times slower. Like, you have 250 amps of discharge, you know, to start the engine. And is that at 10, 12 volts? No, that's like, you know, 8, 9, 10. So it's a little bit different. Anyway, tons of discharge. But they can only charge like 10 amps, you know, and your stator isn't very big on a motorcycle anyway. And, you know, they design them that way, and, you know, it works. It definitely works. Cool. Yeah, we did this whole hour. Flew by, too. Let's check out Instagram. Oh, we got a lot of people commenting. William Berg was on there. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Okay, so those comments came through? No way. No way. Those comments came through from Instagram, but I don't know. I didn't see it. Didn't really show that it came up on Instagram. Yeah, it did. No, that's Twitch. That's Twitch. Which I think it's dumb to stream on Twitch just because, yeah. SDK trying to throw pennies at 25. He is trying to throw pennies. Thank you, Sir Mac. I appreciate you always commenting, tuning in, being here. Love your channel, Andy. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. That means the world. You guys are literally awesome. Guys are literally awesome. And look at that. It did work. Gifted 40 times because that was at 20. Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? It's working. Sweetness. I'll keep that because, you know, like everybody, you know, it just changes every 30 days. So just keep it going, you know. I love it. It's so cool. And it helps kick back to the, you know, just the show. Bring the people here. I don't know. What do you guys think about the little comments down here on the bottom? I don't know. I think it works. I mean, it looks like it's doing something, you know. As long as you build something to make it look like it's supposed to be there, it works. You got to give it a reason. Make it rain, guys. I mean, I gotta throw this.
Make it rain.
Hit it, Michael.
Hey. Peace.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Thank you, 25. Appreciate you, man. Cool, cool. I got 2 of the kicker cups. Love him. This guy, he keeps winning every Unmasked show. It's unfair. Sean Lynn, I have an AGM in my Sportster. The lithium one seems to be a lot more than $100. Yeah, they are pretty expensive. But again, you get a ton of cycles at them. I think those ones are lithium iron phosphate, the ones at least that I have. I forget the brand. I should know it. But it's like a big brand you just see everywhere. Narco or something like that. I think it starts with an N. Either way, Bobby B throwing up the stuff, giving you some views over here. Okay, that was earlier. Got that. Okay, what else did I want to pull up before we end the stream here? 20 amp hours. Got that. Cover that. Go to Showtime Electronics if you want any of these XS Power Series batteries. You can even get the 6 Series, Jake. You can even get them there too. Up to 7 Series. I'm not too sure what that's for other than race cars. But they got the under-the-hood ones. Go check them out. Direct fit. Please do. Please do. And for that, you can use my code. Go check it out, and it goes right back to the channel. I am definitely affiliated with them. And by the way, Remy told me at the middle of the day here that Kicker actually has a sale going on, I believe, with the CS or the KS components on Showtime. So go check it out. They are authorized Kicker dealer, ShowtimeElectronics.com. Cool. That was my little ad there at the end. Not paying me to do that, but still, it's just, you know, I feel cool if I do that, right? 25, the bid is 201. Ball is in your court. Oh, here we go. 25's like, he's like activating his Cash App right now. Fee Mobile Solutions, thank you for being here and thank you for being a member. Sean, all you guys, I know I'm about to wrap up. You might as well hang out till the last second here. I'm going to end it. Appreciate you. Mullen, thank you for being here, dude. You guys are awesome. And again, don't forget to tune in this Tuesday to see Remy, to see Tony from MechMen Alternators, and Mr. Hi-Fi Vega. Awesome time we had on Tuesday. He even came on the after party, which was awesome. Thank you, Jake. And, you know, just an awesome friend of mine. Awesome guy. Big time. Fee, Showtime hooked me up with my lithium. Great service from Remy and XS Power. Dude, he's awesome. Dude, he is awesome, and I am glad to hear that. And, you know, I mean, they're partnered with EXO. What other way could, you know, that's a good sign. You know what I'm saying? It's a good sign. I need to get EXO on here. Remy, if you're watching, we need to get EXO on here. Not saying tomorrow, not saying next week. We eventually got to get him on here. I would love to have him on, and he's an awesome guy. He really is. Same as he is in person. This is definitely not RGA, or maybe it's just Stoic Viper. Appreciate you tuning in. Cool. Come on, 25. All right, let's end it. I love you guys, and man, as always, stay living loud, and I'll see you on the next one. Have an excellent Friday. I'll see you guys.
So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
look at that? Would you look at that?
Livin Loud Swag.
Hit the like on your way out, everybody. I love ya. And by the way, let me know how the stream was. We got our own separate internet for just the studio and another one for the entire house because I was tired of it. Yo, J5, can you pick the caboose?
You got it.
All right, let's do it. Who's it gonna be? I'm looking at it. We got it over here. And, oh, nope. No one's taking a caboose. Okay. You know what? I think it's probably Cornut. He has to put in his password, social, PIN number, and a thumbprint just to get a super chat in. But he did technically get that one in earlier. And Brian Townsend. Love you, Andy and chat crew. Appreciate you, man. You guys are awesome. BT for the win. And that's it. BT got it. I love you guys. I'll see you